Did you have an internship in first year? 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 No, I did not have an internship in first year or second year. And that's more than okay. In fact, honestly, I feel like that's the best thing that could happen to me, because what I did in lieu of these internships and what I did instead is what really defined me and brought me to where I am today. I can't really get into my recruitment journey without talking about the emotions behind it. You are not defined by your job, although people make it seem like you are. And that is the number one thing I hate about business school, is that when you enter in first or second year, it's so easy to get caught up in that vision and that like kind of peer pressure of that your job or where you work defines who you are. If there's one piece of advice I can give to anyone entering business school, is that the earlier you can get away from this and the further you can set yourself apart from this toxic mindset, the better you'll be in the long run. You'll be more content and more happy. My intention with talking about my recruitment journey is not to brag about myself, because honestly, there's so many people who are better than me out there. What I really want to show you is that it's okay to not have an internship. It's okay to not have an internship in first year or second year. At the end, everything works out. And I want to show you what that process was like for me. And hopefully from seeing that, you can get some confidence, and hopefully you can understand that whatever situation you're in, whatever path you take, at the end, there is a silver lining, and that in the end, you will get what you want. So starting off with the summer of first year, I actually didn't work in an internship, as I mentioned earlier. I came into business school with a mindset of people around me saying that you need to get an internship, or you need to get an internship in first year. How common is an internship in first year? But although I applied to lots of internships, I didn't get any. And honestly, I'd be lying if I said that it didn't affect me. It really did. I felt like I was a failure and that I wasn't doing the right thing. I wasn't going down the right path, especially when you see like a couple of people from your year actually getting these internships. But let me tell you, it's so rare that like it's almost impossible for you to get an internship in first year. And like I said, it's honestly for the better. So what I actually did instead in first year was work in a work study program at my university. If you don't know what work study is, it's essentially a program that a lot of universities have that allows for university students to have different placements and positions across the campus. So in the first year summer, I actually worked full-time for the admissions office at my university as a representative. I was handling phones, answering emails, looking at files, manning the front desk, and everything in between. And although this was very stressful and it was a very customer service oriented job, it honestly was a great experience, as I really learned how to multitask. I really learned about the ins and outs of the university system, and I actually got like a sneak peek and had access to a lot of different databases within the university, and it was such a cool experience, really being in that environment. Additionally, this job really helped me network and build my skills and build my arsenal of experiences. I met with a lot of directors of departments. I met with the vice president of York University, and a lot of people who really helped me build and expand my network and who helped me get to where I am today. So then that brings me to the second year summer. And during the second year summer, once again, I applied for lots of internships during the beginning of second year, throughout second year, didn't get any. And eventually I ended up finding my way into a role at Schulich within their alumni relations department as something that's called the development assistant. Now this role does a lot of research into key alumni at the school, into corporate sponsors. Additionally, this role involves a lot of research into different business schools and looking at what other schools are doing. The data from these reports are sent directly to the dean of Schulich and other department heads, and is actually used to further enhance the strategic vision of the school and to pursue like key alumni donors and other things in between. This was honestly such a great step forward. I really enjoyed this role. It definitely, this was a great step forward, as I really enjoyed this role. It gave me a lot of cool experience and exposure into the world of business schools and how things are run in the background. You don't really see the effort that goes into planning events and the effort that goes into corporate sponsorships and stuff. You'll just see that the school partnered with this company, but there's so much work that goes into it. Now listen, second year summer is the most important time, in my opinion, to network. This is the time that you need to spend talking to as many people as possible, going to as many different companies as possible. Literally go to every event that you can find. It does not matter what company you want to go to. It doesn't matter if it's a company you've never heard of. Just literally go to these events. Sometimes the companies you haven't even considered or heard of would provide the best opportunities for you. Second year is very important because you should really try to have an internship by third year summer, because what ends up happening is that once you work through your third year internship and you're generally given a full-time return offer. So if you really want to secure that full-time offer, I'd really highly recommend that you grind during second year summer, really work on those relationships, connections, and networks so that you can get a third year internship and then hopefully have that lead into a full-time offer. That being said, you do not need a third year internship. I have lots of friends. I know lots of people who didn't have an internship in third year and still got full-time offers. So it's not something that you should really let pull you back if you do not have an internship in third year. It's just that what you do in place and what you're doing in between to build your skills and build your repertoire is something that's so important. So as I mentioned, at the end of the summer of second year, I was going to a bunch of different events and networking events that were hosted at school, not at school, and everywhere. And that's where I actually ended up meeting my employer, which was a major telecommunications company in Canada, Bell. And it is through these events that I really built that relationship with them. And I went through the recruitment process. And honestly, when I tell you I did not have an intention of working there, I didn't. I really didn't know much about the program, what it had to offer, what roles there were. But by going to these events, talking to people, I really fell in love with the company, the roles that there were, and I thought it would be a great fit for me. So I applied for this internship in like September, October, and thankfully I was able to secure an internship for third year summer in October the year before. So as you can see, after 2 years is when I had my first real internship. This was a unique experience because it was fully virtual right at the beginning of the pandemic. So everyone was kind of figuring out what to do. So we all literally had a virtual internship. Despite that, it was a great experience. And it's during these internships that I really got understanding for the corporate world. But I think that it was really important that I had the experiences from before in my first and second year, as a lot of these different things were useful within the internship, such as research skills, customer service skills, and everything. So that being said, like I said, I didn't have an internship first or second year. They still took me as an intern because of the experiences that I had from before. And if you're in this position, and if you don't have an internship in first or second year, or even third year, like I said, don't worry. Try to find a job, try to find experiences, volunteer experiences, club experiences that really help build your skill set up. Because at the end of the day, that's most important. A company can teach you anything about its company, like the way things happen, what to do, and everything like that. But what they can't teach you is some of the soft skills, like customer service, talking to people, being able to adapt your communication styles. That only comes from experience, and experience is key, and that's what you need to be doing in the first, second, and third year of your school experience. At the end of this internship, there were internal interviews conducted where we had to present about our experiences. We were interviewed as well as judged on a variety of different assignments that we had throughout the summer. And based on that, I was given a full-time return offer. And this is the best situation that you can be in. As going into fourth year, you don't really have to worry about grinding hard for a full-time offer. If you don't have a full-time offer starting fourth year, no big deal. You can start applying for full-time jobs who start recruiting at the beginning of September of fourth year, all the way up until like now, which is June. So you can literally be applying for full-time jobs all year because most companies are looking for graduates, and a lot of companies don't actually hire interns because it's an added cost for them as well. So they're looking for full-time graduates. And then after that experience in fourth year, I actually did end up going back to the department at Schulich I worked at as a different position, which is a sponsorship assistant. And I worked here part-time all of fourth year, and I'm currently working there part-time all of summer until I start at my position. And the reason I went back is because, once again, as I mentioned earlier, I really wanted to continue developing my skills and not have any gaps in my resume. I feel like it's important to keep working, trying to kind of build skills and important relationships. And fourth year is generally lighter, depending on what stream you go into. For me, it was very, in terms of course load, it was way lighter than some of the stuff I've done in the past. So it really gave me time to work part-time. And honestly, I've really enjoyed it as you have some extra money at the side. So there you have it. Despite having no internships in first and second year, I was still able to recruit and land a full-time position. I don't want to brag about this. This is nothing to be proud of. It's just to show that it doesn't matter what people tell you in business school. It doesn't matter what people say in university. There's literally no straight path. You can be going up and down. You can have an internship, not have an internship, have every internship in the world, not get a full-time offer. You just have to trust the process, do the best you can, work on yourself, and I promise you people will notice you. What you have to do is make that effort, be consistent, go out there, build those networks, and everything will fall into place. The biggest key takeaway here is to live your own journey. Everyone's on their own path, and you really need to take a moment to slow down and really understand what's important to you, what your goals are, and work on them. The sooner that you can stop caring about what other people are saying, the better you'll do in university. And trust me, I've been at the low point where I've been sulking over not having an internship, and I've been kind of depressed, and I've had moments that I felt really low in university. But at the end of the day, I am pretty content with where I am right now. And if you are in this situation, just know that once again, you will get out of it and you can be in a similar position. Just stay true to yourself, work hard, and everything will work out at the end. If you made it this far to the video, thank you so much for watching. Like, honestly, if I only even help one person gain confidence and get out of a rut, I am more than happy and I'm ecstatic to do so. Like, I genuinely want to be there for everyone. If you'd like to see more content as to how I actually went about networking, recruiting, and everything in between, make sure to drop a comment down below, like this video, and lastly, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.